Buon pomeriggio dall'autodromo del Mugello, penultimo weekend all'Italian F4 Championship, con una situazione di classifica che ancora in dubbio. Oliver Biermann ha un certo vantaggio al di là degli scarti che poi dovrà eliminare dal punteggio conquistato in precedenza nei confronti degli avversari, ma andiamo subito ad ascoltare dalle parole di Antonio Carruccio, uno dei grandi protagonisti delle qualifiche 1. Seconda fila, una delle migliori prestazioni dell'anno per attualmente Leonardo Fornaroli, che non solo è stato il migliore esponente italiano in queste prime qualifiche e per questa prima gara, ma è seconda fila per il per Biermann e per Joshua Durksen, terza fila per Sebastian Montoya, che è lì, che potrebbe anche lui piazzare la zampata vincente, poi Tim Tramnitz, che è il rivale diretto di Oliver Biermann nonostante non abbia partecipato a tutte le corse, poi Kiris Mal e Nikita Bedrin, poi Ramos Reynoso e Kimi Antonelli, che è il secondo tra i rookie, e via via tutti gli altri, con alcuni piloti che sono andati abbastanza in crisi. Parliamo di Bizzotto, di Simonazzi, parliamo di Lorenzo Patrese nelle prove di ieri, perché l'asfalto era molto freddo, probabilmente ci sono stati degli errori di messa a punto, soprattutto per quanto riguarda le pressioni delle temperature, per cui non sono riusciti questi ragazzi italiani a mettere assieme i giri buoni. Vi dicevo,
16th race of the 2021 race championship, 7 rounds, 3 races at each round as Tim Tramnitz goes through. Starting out of grid 6 is the German. He has shot up into second place in the championship, which sees Ollie Biermann way out front on 262 points, ahead of Tim Tramnitz on 184. Fornaroli P3 on 157. Montoya P4 on 133 points, and his Prema Power teammate, that's Kirill Small, just behind on 129 points. A better run last time out for the Russian at the Red Bull Ring, which will be back on the calendar in 2022. Big news here this weekend. Not only has the 2022 calendar been announced, which again includes 7 races, 2 outside of Italy. For the first time, we go to the magnificent Spa circuit en Belgique. And we're also back at the Red Bull Ring. So 5 current Formula One Grand Prix circuits, 3 in Italy, 2 outside of the host nation in 2022. We get underway on the second weekend of May at Imola, which in just the last few days, well, the last 24 hours really, has almost virtually confirmed its place on the FIA World Championship Formula One calendar once again for 2022. We race there in the 2022 season opener. Piotr Wisniewski goes through in car 24, has been getting better and better last time out. Car 84, Francesco Simonazzi, we're looking for the Italian to have a good run here this weekend, just a couple of weeks after he made his Formula 3 debut in the Euro Formula Open Championship at Monza just 2 weeks ago. Back with us in the Italian F4 Series. This is Josh Dufek, car 13, for what has been the all-conquering Van Amersfoort racing team in 2021. Mainly by the efforts, or courtesy of the efforts of his teammate, Ollie Biermann, although Nikita Bedrin has also taken a race win in 2021. Josh Dufek, outstanding last evening in qualifying, taking pole position for this race 1, race 2 tomorrow morning, and race 3 tomorrow afternoon. Can't win the championship, but he's looking to break through for his first race victory of 2021. Josh Dufek on pole position, the Swiss Austrian for the Dutch team, Van Amersfoort Racing. here in Italy. Fornaroli to the right of your screen, the field form up at this world-famous circuit. One of a handful of tracks in the world that hosts both MotoGP and Formula One. We look at Kasper Stuka, car 37 at the pole, now with Team Iron Lynx. Alongside Lorenzo Patrese. Welcome to the home of the Tuscan Formula One and MotoGPs. The green flag at the back of the grid, the 5 red lights. For the first time here at Mugello, we race. Great jump from Josh Dufek. Right behind him, Ollie Bierman slots into P3 as Kirill Small goes in the grass as the field race up the straight, up the hill for the first time. Good start from Montoya. The Colombian-American goes down the inside of Josh Dirksen. Montoya slots into position 4. Nice start to race 1 under threatening skies. Threatening make that raining skies here at Mugello. As Small looks for grip, there's almost contact. Fornaroli, in fact, has lost his front wing. A disaster for the Italian, who was running in position 2 earlier on in the 2021 championship. Car 72, Leonardo Fornaroli for Team Iron Lynx, has lost his front wing. That car will near be undrivable as Tim Tramnitz slots in behind the championship leader, Ollie Bierman. Kirill Small just going by ahead of Santiago Ramos, Kimi Antonelli, Piotr Wisniewski. Good start from Lawson, Braski, and Francesco Simonazzi. It is raining here at Mugello. The race has officially been declared. We're just a few drops. We've in fact got the safety car out on the circuit now. Debris on the circuit, the front wing of Leonardo Fornaroli. Oh, this is the reason why, big time. Worse than a front wing, Samir Ben has gone into the gravel along with the girl from Abu Dhabi, Hamda Al-Kubaisi. A disastrous start for both the Emirati and the Swiss driver here in a wet, chaotic start to the opening race of 3 here this weekend. This will actually give Fornaroli the opportunity to dive down into pit lane. Team Iron Lynx will go to work. They'll replace the front wing. He will lose a ton of time. A whole stack of positions will no doubt drop to last, but will not, we don't expect, go a lap down. We'll keep one eye on Fornaroli. We expect him to go down into pit lane at the end of this, the opening lap of the race. There's Fornaroli to the top left of your screen. He dives down into pit lane. Fornaroli from the front row of the grid, second in the championship earlier on in the season, but now without a front wing. Team Iron Lynx will go to work as there's Fornaroli, just disappears out of your view, dives down into pit lane, and a new front wing to go onto car 72. He drops right down the order. Samir Ben and Hamda Al-Kubaisi already out in the opening stages of the race. They're parked in the gravel as we take a look at the replay of the start. Fornaroli splits the 2 Van Amersfoort racing drivers as Kirill Small goes rallying in the background. Into the grass went the Russian. Car 7 is still in position 7 on the opening lap of the race. A good start from Montoya. Down the inside of Josh Dirksen. We go into 4th place, and with Fornaroli moving into, or going into the pits, Montoya is into 3rd place. The rain starting to fall ever so lightly here this afternoon. The forecast was for a couple of showers, not heavy rain, which we did have earlier on in the week. You can see a few drops of rain falling on the camera. For the moment, the track is still dry, but a downpour may come, such as we have on Thursday afternoon any moment. This is the reason why Leo lost the front wing over the ripple strip and actually runs into the back of the Van Amersfoort racing car right in front of him. An ambitious move from the Italian did not pay off. Fornaroli still down in pit lane. In fact, just rejoins now. So Fornaroli, he is down in position 27, but with the safety car still out on the circuit with the wipers on, he will be able to make up the back of the pack at the early stage of the race. And it will be a recovery, not only for these two cars, no recovery for Hamda and Samir, but for Leonardo Fornaroli. We'll see how far he can make his way up the pack. We're still some time away from going back green as we recover the cars of the younger of the two Alcobaisi sisters and Samir Ben. Incidentally, Levente Revesh has also driven down into pit lane, the Hungarian for AKM Motorsport, with damage. Takes the opportunity to pit under the safety car. So the order is Dufek and Dirks and Josh from Josh. In fact, Levente has not even made it back. Car 11, the best presented Formula 4 car possibly in the world. It is a work of art, but at the moment it is absolutely stationary. Levente Revesh has not made it back to pit lane. Really disappointing for the Antonelli Motorsport. Hungarian driver drops down the order as we recover the cars of Hamda Alcobaisi and Samir Ben, and Levente Revesh stuck out on the circuit. So it is Josh from Josh, Dufek from Dirksen, Montoya, Bierman, Tramnitz, Nikita Bedrin and Kirill Small. The Russian 6 and 7, Santiago Ramos. Antonelli car 99 in position 9, and his Prema Power teammate Konrad Larsen, the Dane, in position 10. Wisniewski, Braski for Jensen Motorsport. Ben Svelin, Simonazzi up to 14, ahead of the other Italian. One of the other Italians, Lorenzo Petrese, Eric Zaniga, Bizzotto, Stuka, Meyerberg, Ollie Gray on debut is another Englishman named Oliver. Ollie Gray in position 20 for BVM Racing, ahead of Pietro Armani, Nico Baptiste, Jonas Reed, and Pedro Perino. The African driver, he's just ahead of Jorge Garciache. Leonardo Fornaroli has rejoined, and he's almost at the back of the field of the train, which will continue under safety car here for at least one more lap. We expect the cars of Samir Ben and Hamda Alcobaisi beached in the gravel. We'll try to get you a replay, if we have that, of Samir Ben coming together with Hamda Alcobaisi, or vice versa. It looks as though it has happened, though, just off camera. Certainly the aftermath has taken out the Swiss and Emirati drivers here. So the lights are still on the safety car. We're waiting for word from race control. At least another lap under the safety car here at Mugello. The penultimate round of the 2021 championship. Dufek, who qualified on pole position for all three races here this weekend. A stunning performance, upstaging his championship leading teammate. So Levente Revesh out of the car and also out of the race. That is really disappointing for Levente. Had a good run throughout practice in both wet and dry conditions, but joins Hamda Alcobaisi and Samir Ben as the three retirements from race one, the penultimate round of the 2021 championship. If you're just joining us, an incident on the opening lap of the race has taken out Hamda and Samir. We are under safety car. This is race one of three, the penultimate round of the 2021 championship being held here at Mugello. The final to be held at the Temple of Speed, which is, of course, Monza. That is in 3 weeks' time. And there's a lot of excitement here at the circuit at Mugello. Not only has the 2022 calendar been announced and published, as we get a close-up look of the African driver in the field, number 77, Pedro Perino from Mozambique, down in the very south, almost the very, very south of the Dark Continent. Although living in Portugal these days, he is born and raised in Mozambique. Great to see him driving on track for the German team. Pedro Perino in position 24 behind another German driver, Jonas Reed for a German team, BWT Mugello Circuit. Just getting back to 2022, the calendar has been announced here at Mugello. We get underway the first day of May in 2022, the first weekend of May, I should say. Misano, another MotoGP circuit, that's on June 5. June 19, we go to Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, and then July 5 for round 4 at Vallelunga, north of the eternal city of Rome. September 11, we go back to the fabulous Red Bull Ring in Austria. October 9 at Monza, and this circuit right here, Mugello, hosts the season final on the 23rd of October in just over a year's time. The 2022 calendar has been announced as the safety car prepares to pull in to pit lane. And we'll go back green in just a few moments. There's Kirill Small in car 7. Incidentally, not only that, but the brand new 2022 Formula 4 FIA spec race car has been presented to the racing world here at Mugello this weekend. It is a work of art. The current car, which has served us so well since the first Italian Championship in 2014, which was won by Canadian Lance Stroll, has been replaced with an absolute missile. The Halo Shod Tartus F4 spec car for 2024. It looks like, well, to be honest, it looks more like a Formula 3 car than a Formula 4. It has been presented to the racing world here this weekend at Mugello. We stay with the Tartus chassis. They are producing them. They're working 24 hours a day around the clock at the moment. The famous race car manufacturer just located a few kilometres from the Monza circuit. We are powered by Abarth, a slight increase in power for 2022. And as ever, we will be slick shod with Pirelli tyres. The future is looking bright, even if the day here in Tuscany is not so much. There's Maya Weg going through in car 83. She's made a reasonably good start after not the best run in qualifying, as the field bunches up behind Josh and Josh. Dufek goes. Nice restart. He gets the jump on Josh Dirksen, who has got Sebastian Montoya breathing down his neck. They come through the final corner and get the run up the start-finish straight, where they are touching just over 230 kilometres an hour. The green flag flies and Josh goes wheel to wheel with Josh Sebastian. In the background, we'll try and take both of them. Down the inside goes Montoya, and Dufek from the race lead has been mauled. He tries the outside, holds on to second place. Fantastic restart from Joshua Dirksen, goes into P1. Montoya is hassling the pole sitter big time. The championship leader, Ollie Bierman, sits behind in P4. So the venomous Ford Racing cars in second and fourth. But it is the team from Berlin in Germany, with the driver from Paraguay in South America, Josh Dirksen, position 1. Into the grass, a big moment for Kimi Antonelli. Did extremely well to hold on to that. He'll lose the place to his teammate Conrad Larsen. Dirksen almost does likewise. On the absolute ragged edge is Josh Dirksen. He's got the lead. He's a 3-time race winner in the Italian F4 Championship. There's Pedro Perino going through ahead of Fornaroli, who has recovered from pit lane. He's back in the race with a new front wing in position 25. Pizzotto having a big look at the Mexican, Eric Zuniga. Sebastian Montoya on the charge. He's in position 3. Dufek has stabilised in second place for the moment. The warning, the sportsmanship flag for Tim Trumnitz, second in the series, 5th in the race, with the championship leader 1 position ahead of him on the road as one car goes off the road. One of the BWT Mugello Motorsport cars. Take a look at his teammate Josh Dirksen. A correction. That was a big moment. The South American almost threw the lead away. In fact, he's gone back to second place. Dufek in position 1. Montoya goes wheel to wheel. Desperate to take the victory, take the win here this afternoon. Tries the high line as they race up into turn 1. Into San Donato, and then it will be Luco, Poggio Secco, and the mattress corner. Matarassi, Borgo San Lorenzo comes next. Dufek under attack from Dirksen. There's the championship leader, Ollie Bierman, P4. A fantastic restart. Race 1 the penultimate round of the 2021 championship. Montoya on the outside, will he hold the place? The answer for the moment is no. Watch Bierman down the inside, takes him. Nicely done by Bierman. There's Bedron in the background. Van Amersfoort Racing almost went 1, 2 and 3 for the moment. They're first, second and P5. Montoya back to 4. Josh Dirksen, he was in the lead just a few corners ago. Absolutely spectacular racing in the Italian F4 Championship. They slide wide on what, remember, is a greasy circuit. A few drops of rain has made life less than comfortable for these drivers as Simonazzi goes through. In car 84, he's up into position 15. Dufek displaying the speed which he showed us last night in qualifying. He's already pulled out a nice lead on his championship leading teammate Ollie Bierman in P2. Dirksen, Montoya, Bedron. This is Tim Trumnitz, US Racing Car 70, just ahead of Santiago Ramos, P8 in car 68 for Jensen Motorsport. Half race distance here at Mugello. The rain, the few drops, they have eased as they race up the hill on the start-finish straight, which is over 1 kilometre in length. Dirksen tries to break the toe from Montoya, but he gets it anyhow. As Josh Dufek checks his left side mirror, not once, not twice. As Bierman in second place, the championship leader needs to be intelligent here. There is Francesco Simonazzi at the bottom of your screen with the fastest lap thus far, closing in on the back of Lorenzo Petrese. As the Bremer Power teammates go side by side, the Jensen Motorsport teammates do likewise. Lawson, Antonelli, then Wisniewski and Braschi. Valint, there's Lorenzo Petrese. Simonazzi just behind for BVM Racing. Fastest driver on the circuit at the moment is Simonazzi in car 84. A 1:49.687 last time round. The gap is 1.2 seconds between Dufek and Bierman. Van Amersfoort Racing 1 and 2. Dirksen, a 3-time winner in the Italian Championship, first taking victory at Vallelunga, the opening round of 2019. The championship, which was, of course, won by Dennis Hauger for the team that run 1-2 here this afternoon. Very wide line from these drivers. They are centimetre close to the gravel trap on the exit. That's how you address track limits. Put a gravel sand trap on the exit of the curb, and the drivers don't need to be told. They know that if they go off, well, they're out of the race. Self-policing, almost too simple. Down into Buccine, turn 15, as Dirksen slides wide, and that will cost him time. Very close to the gravel trap, Montoya. He'll get the toe from the South American, his fellow South American. So Montoya in P4. He does likewise, giving the toe to Bedron. This is Tim Trumnitz with Kirill Smale just behind, then Santiago Ramos. Lawson and Antonelli around the outside. Goes Josh Dirksen. He's now the quickest driver on the circuit. He's all over the back of the championship leader, Ollie Bierman, who does not need to win the race here this afternoon. Just needs to collect a bag full of points, which is what he's doing at the moment. If he stays in P2, Santiago Ramos aggressively over the ripple strip in P8 in car 68. So close to the gravel as they race down the hill. Matarassi, Borgo San Lorenzo, Casanova, Savelli, and into Arrabbiata 1 and Arrabbiata 2. Literally translating into the angry corners. The closest that we get on this lap to the original circuit, the original Mugello Circuit, built back in the 1920s or something, around about a century ago. It had an original lap distance of, would you believe, 66 kilometres. The original circuit is actually now the access road to this incredible track built back in 1974, hosting the Tuscan Formula One Grand Prix for the first time in 2020. Also on the MotoGP World Championship calendar as well. As the field go through, there's Conrad Lawson, Antonelli, Wisniewski, Braschi, Petrese, Valint, Simonazzi, Zuniga, Stuka, and Pizzotto. We're looking for Leo Fornaroli. He's up into position 21 after pitting for a new wing earlier on. So he's got by his Iron Links teammate, Pietro Armani, Nico Baptiste, Pedro Perino and Jonas Reed. Also Jorge Garciache. The series debutant, Ollie Gray, he's in position 19. A good start for BVM Racing. But it is VAR 1-2 for the moment. Josh Dirksen, though, is all over the back of the championship leader. Goes very wide on the exit, does Bedrin, just kicks up a puff of dust. Down through Poggio Secco, Matarassi and Borgo San Lorenzo. Kirill Small in the background. Close to the back of the German Tim Trumnitz, who won 2 of the first 3 races of the 2021 championship. That was at Paul Ricard in the south of France. The very first race of the season was won by Kirill Small. At Paul Ricard, he's in car 7. On your screen, he's in position 7. Santiago Ramos tries to keep touch with the Russian as they race down the hill. Good drive from the Mexican, the Telcel back car for Jensen Motorsport, who took the title in 2016 with the Argentine Marcus Siebert. From one South American to another, Josh Dirksen from Paraguay in P3. The race leader on your screen, the Swiss-Austrian, looking at his first ever Formula 4 victory in the Italian Championship. Into Bicine corner as Dirksen has a look down the inside of Bierman and does better to hold off and get the toe as they race up the straight. Montoya so close to the gravel. Here's the South American driver in car 6 for Prema Power Team. As we kick over into the final third of race 1 here, Dirksen gets the toe. Bierman tries to defend. He'll go to the left of your screen, to his right. Dirksen around the outside. They're 3 wide into the first corner. Dirksen holds off. For the moment, Bierman with that attack and Montoya, he couldn't go through. So Josh now leads Josh once again as the sun comes out to shine after the start of the race was interrupted with a few drops of rain. Dufek 1.6 seconds ahead of this battle. His teammate Ollie Bierman was in second, back to third, being attacked by Sebastian Montoya for the final step of the podium. Trumnitz, Small, Ramos, Konrad Larsen, that's Kimi Antonelli in car 99, ahead of Wisniewski, Braski, Patrese, Simonazzi, Valint, Eric Zaniga going through in car 23 for BWT Mugello Motorsport. The second Mexican in the field is Eric for the BWT Mugello Motorsport team, the legendary motorsport team from Berlin in Germany. They're in second at the moment with Josh Dirksen. The gap still 1.6 seconds. Into Puccini corner. As we tick down to the final stages of this race, it is not over yet. The sun has come out quite brightly here in the dying stages of race 1 of 3 here this weekend, the penultimate round of the championship. Montoya driving as hard as he possibly can. In car 6, he's 1 step off the podium at the moment, gets the toe. They're touching around about 232 kilometers an hour down the straight, which climbs dramatically uphill. Almost shot down the inside, but Bierman covers him off, tries the outside. Can the son of the 2-time Indianapolis 500 winner, Juan Pablo, do it? Dives down the inside, Sebastian on the charge. The IndyCar style move did not work. Into San Donato turn 1, tried on the exit. He's got Bierman for the moment feeling extremely uncomfortable. But the driver from Essex, he's holding his own, also racing in the British Formula 3 Championship or the GB3 Series over in the UK, where he's already taken a couple of podiums. This is Konrad Larsen on your screen in car 20. Ollie Bierman just needs to bring it home safely. His teammate Josh Dufek, 1.3 seconds, the difference between Josh and Josh. Dufek and Dirksen. They race through the far part of the circuit. Corantaio corner, Biondetti and into Buccini. Turn 15, this magnificent circuit, 5.2 kilometres in length, as the teams down on pit wall look to the sky. And also the live timing scoring board, which is located here at Mugello. So into the final stages of this race. Montoya slides on the exit. That will cost him, did not lift, a major correction. Still incredibly gets a nice run on the back of Ollie Beerman for the final step of the podium. Sebastian Montoya, surely he'll get the run. Watch Beerman go to the left of your screen to his right. Montoya around the outside. Nicely done by Sebastian. Takes him into San Donato, turn 1. Montoya now up onto the podium, the championship leader. Ollie Beerman goes back to position 4. Dirksen has escaped this battle. And behind Nikita Bedrin is the top Russian in P5 from Trumnitz. And Kirill Smal, they're going wheel to wheel in the background with Santiago Ramos. And the 2 drivers from the Prema Power team, Conrad Lausen and Antonelli, rounding out the 10. Smal under attack, he's trying to go by Tim Trumnitz. He'll have the inside run. Santiago Ramos with the big sand, but has to get out of the throttle. Smal takes the place, car 7 up into P6. And there's Conrad Lausen coming to fight as well. Prema Power Team, US Racing, Jensen Motorsport, they're all in this battle. Kirill has broken through, so that's a nice move by Kirusha, who takes the place. He's in P6. Conrad Lausen in car 20, a better run from the second generation racer Conrad. Tim Trumnitz, he's in all sorts of trouble trying to defend 7th place as Montoya breaks clear. Car 6 in position 3. The 13th lap of this race, they'll start next time round. The VAR drivers going through. Nikita Bedrin, car 15. Beerman 87, there is Santiago Ramos, who was trying to attack Tim Trumnitz, who is 2nd in the championship. He will hang on to that at the end of this race, but he'll lose valuable points to Ollie Beerman, who is leading the championship and is looking at a 4th place finish here this afternoon. It will be more than enough to extend his lead in the title. There's Petrese ahead of Braski. Car 86, Benz Valint with Eric Zaninga just behind. Up into San Donato, turn 1. Ollie Beerman much slower on that lap, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. Tim Trumnitz just slides car 70 through. 2nd in the championship coming into this penultimate round of the series. Ollie Beerman 262 points versus Tim Trumnitz on 184. That will blow out even further still. As Kirill Smal going through, as Tim Trumnitz, you see the left arm just rise out of the cockpit as he throws away a tear-off, as if he didn't have enough to worry about losing some vision here on what was a greasy track at the start of the race, but with dust being thrown in the background by multiple cars on a slightly damp visor, it will make visibility far from ideal. As going off the road, Ollie Beerman, that championship leader. Don't throw it away now, Ollie. P4's not a win, but it is valuable, needed points in the championship. Sebastian Montoya, P3, 2 seconds behind Josh Dirksen. Ollie Beerman, a big moment in car 87. Down into turn 15, so Kirill Smal has broken free of Tim Trumnitz, Santiago Ramos, Conrad Lausen, and Kimi Antonelli, the rookie, in position 10. You can see the race between the 2 Joshuas. This is for the race victory. We're just getting word from race control. We expect 2 more laps at the end of this one, depending on when they cross the line. So Josh Dufek, he did have a lead of 1.2 seconds. He's almost about to lose it. Dirksen around the outside, looking for his 4th victory in the Italian F4 Championship. Dufek under pressure. The pulse here to the Austrian-Swiss driver for the team who have dominated 2021, mainly through Ollie Beerman. The VAR team of Fritz van Amersfoort looking for their 3rd driver to take a victory in the 2021 Italian F4 Championship. Dirksen so close to the back of Dufek as they race down the hill into Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata 2, the angry corners. And then they rise to the highest part of the circuit. Tighter line from Josh Dirksen that time. It may well be 2 laps at the end of this, depending on when they cross the line. We're waiting for word from race control. You can see the clock ticking down, 30 minutes plus 1 lap. So it looks like 2 more laps. That is going to be immense pressure for Josh Dufek. We're keeping one eye on this battle, one eye on the clock. Into turn 15, Montoya is actually cashing the 2 Joshuas in front. Sebastian Montoya, car 6, position 3, on the back of Josh Dirksen, car 10, P2, and the race leader on your screen for Van Amersfoort Racing, who started from pole position, Josh Dufek. Gets the toe as they race up the hill into turn 1, this long main straight. As they go wheel to wheel around the outside goes Dirksen. Will he take the lead? Turns down into turn 1. He's done it. He has done it. He's taken the lead for BWT Mugello Motorsport. But Dufek wants it back. They race through Luco, Poggio Secco, and the mattress corner. The sun comes out to shine. Here in the Tuscan countryside, it is Joshua from Joshua with Sebastian closing in on the back of them. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. There is still 1 more to go after this. And Dufek is losing time. He was the race leader. He's already dropped off half a second to Josh Dirksen, who's racing away. Wito van Koyeren down on pit wall, the team manager for the BWT Mugello Motorsport team. It has been a tough run in 2021 for the team from Berlin. Their Dutch team manager is looking at a victory here this afternoon. Ed Dirksen can hold off for another lap and a half. The gap blows out to 0.7 of a second. Dufek is losing time as Montoya tries desperately to catch the pole sitter. There's Montoya. Car 6, position 3, driving the wheels off the top Prema Power Team car here this afternoon. So Dirksen will come across the line to get the last lap board now. Too far back is Dufek to even get the slipstream. He may almost give it to Montoya in the background, not quite. 230 plus kilometers an hour. This is the final lap of the race. Joshua from Joshua with Sebastian in position 3. Dirksen ahead of Dufek, the pole sitter. He has done everything right since we arrived at the Mugello Circuit on Thursday. Quick in practice, pole for all 3 races here. He dominated qualifying. He's led for much of race 1, but he's looking at P2 here this afternoon. Josh Dirksen still holds the gap at 0.7 of a second as Montoya driving as hard as he possibly can in car 6 for the Prema Power Team in position 3. Half a lap now from victory for Josh Dirksen. There is Montoya. He's just over a second behind Josh Dufek, who it looks as though heartbreakingly will finish in 2nd place. The highest part of the circuit, and then they race down the hill into Corintaio. There is just under 1 kilometre to race for the South American to take his 4th victory in the Italian F4 Championship. Josh Dufek will finish in 2nd place into turn 15 for the final time. We've got another race winner, another race-winning team here in the Italian Championship. All the way from South America, Josh Dirksen for the BWT Mugello Motorsport team accelerates, takes the checkered flag to win race 1 here at Mugello. A brilliant drive. Dufek heartbreakingly home in 2nd place after dominating for much of the race. And starting from pole position, Montoya home on the final step of the podium. Eric Zanigo bends for Lindt. They'll race across the line just outside the top 10. And the Mexican holds off the Hungarian. Ollie Bierman, incidentally, has finished in position 4 critically. That is 3 places ahead of the German Tim Tramnitz. So extends his lead in the championship. He is getting oh so close to claiming the 2021 Italian F4 Championship. He finishes off the podium, but another bag of points for Ollie, the Englishman, here this afternoon. The sun is shining on the South American Josh Dirksen with his 4th ever victory in the Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth. Punches the air. He's absolutely thrilled. A super deserving winner here this afternoon. He's delighted. Waits for his teammate Eric Zuniga, pulls alongside to congratulate him. Josh Dufek from Paraguay finishes ahead of Josh Dufek from Switzerland. And Montoya on the podium in 3rd place. Ollie Bierman, P4, extends his lead in the championship, finishing ahead of the 2 Russians, Bedran, Smal, Tramnitz, Ramos, Lausen, and Antonelli 10. Braski, Wisniewski, and it was Petrese, Zuniga, Benzvalent, Simonazzi, who was quick early on. Kasper Stuka on debut was Ollie Gray. Bizzotto, Maya Weg, Pedro Perino, Jonas Reed, Armani, Baptiste, Jorge Garciace. And after finishing in pit lane at the end of lap 1, Leo Fornaroli is in position 25. He does cross the line, but a long way down the field. So 87 points. Sorry, was the difference. I'll try and get you an update on the points score. You know my mathematics is less than 4. Let's just say that Ollie Bierman has extended his lead in the championship for 2021. Finishes critically 3 points ahead of Tim Tramnitz and Fornaroli, who was 2nd in the series, then was 3rd. He finishes way down the field in P26. The sun comes out to shine after we started the race under threatening skies here at Mugello. Punches the air in absolute delight. Huge congratulations also for the German team, BWT Mugello Motorsport. They have taken victory here this afternoon at Mugello. As Ollie Bierman steps out of car 87 off the podium, but still extends his lead in the championship. Just a little bit more forward, they're saying. He's already turned it off. I don't think Joshua really cares. As the steering wheel goes back in.
Please. Grande Flaco! I can't. Okay. Attenzione.
Congratulated there by Facu Regalia, vice champion in the GP3 series, to Daniel Kvyat back in 2013. Driver coach to his fellow South American.
I cannot believe it.
Why not always like this?
Yeah, right? I need to go.
Casco.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Come on.
Good doing.
Fuck. Fuck. No thanks. Not. Thank you
for the interview.
3rd place with a great drive here this afternoon, Sebastian Montoya, who chased down the leaders. He almost caught them. It was a fabulous performance. Position 2, that's a heartbreaking result for Josh Dufek, who started from pole position. He'll start there for race 2 tomorrow morning, though. P2 for the Swiss-Austrian in car 13 for the Van Amersfoort racing team. But the race winner here this afternoon for the BWT Mugello Motorsport team, Josh Dirksen, who's down in pit lane now. Let's hear from the race winner.
So Joshua, an amazing win, maiden win in the Italian Formula 4 Championship. Very well done. How was it for you in the car?
Oh, thank you first, but fuck, this is an incredible race. I started P4, got it to P2, then yeah, I got a bit nervous, did mistakes, then I thought the race was over, but then I just kept pushing, and somehow I came into P1. The car was just amazing. Mugello, thank you for them. Like, they did an amazing car, and yeah, this is my maiden win, and very happy for that.
very well done, and time to celebrate on the podium now.
Very well, thank you.
I don't speak Spanish, so apologies if I can't translate every single word that Josh said. You know what I mean. As we take a look at the highlights of race one, Dufek from pole position. In the background, Kirill Small took to the grass. As the field stormed through the first few corners, Leo Fornaroli attempting to take the lead, an ambitious move, which would ultimately see the Iron Lynx driver dive down into pit lane under safety car, because this incident on the opening lap of the race eliminated Hamda Al-Kubaisi and Samir Ben. Joshua versus Joshua, Dirksen versus Dufek. Down into turn one, Sebastian Montoya would split the both of them. Although would drop back to third place, actually fourth for a moment though. Brilliant racing between all the drivers, including Ollie Bierman, who was very careful to keep the car on the circuit and bring home the points here this afternoon. Sebastian Montoya getting the tow from both Ollie Bierman and Josh Dirksen as they swarmed around down into turn one. San Donato, an aggressive, strong drive from Montoya, tried to catch the leaders, Josh Dirksen and Josh Dufek, who went wheel to wheel multiple times. Josh Dufek looked as though he would take his maiden victory in the Italian F4 Championship, but in the dying stages lost the lead to Josh Dirksen, who took his fourth ever victory in the Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, of course presented by WSK Promotion. A brilliant race from the driver from Paraguay in South America. Josh Dirksen wins race one of the penultimate round of the championship here this afternoon. Josh Dufek in second place and Sebastian Montoya home in third place. Thanks for joining us for race one. We'll be back for race two tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. here at Mugello in Tuscany. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.
Alzate i trofei.